It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see Baker Mayfield. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Lions and the Vikings, next on Madden NFL 24.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. This taken in right around the goal line. And just shutting him off there. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Milton Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Dobbs. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Joey Bosa drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Here's Lewis to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. C.J. Mosley. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Mayfield off the play fake. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
To throw, Mayfield. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First carry for Najee Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Mayfield. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of the first after a gain of about 9. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson: 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Robinson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Dobbs. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Back to throw Dobbs. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out. so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here come the Lions now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Mayfield now from the 50. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. So the completion there, but Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25.
And partner, I think this is what long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Dobbs. Open man downfield is Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week. But the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 8 yards.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
Touchdown, Vikings! Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So out now come the Lions. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mayfield on play action. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Motion man left is Kirk. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Dobbs. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Baron Browning drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula. Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line. And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Dobbs is throwing. The open man here, Renfro. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line. Throwing here, Dobbs. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game. He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. You don't want to. But no, but let me finish. Okay, my bad. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment. No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board. That's caught out right by Jennings. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Juwan Jennings, 60 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that cuts this lead down to 13. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. This is Fant on the short completion, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Robinson up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Baron Browning. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Dobbs. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown. Hunter Renfrow. 56 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits. So you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. Mayfield with it once more. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw, Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. On first down, Dobbs to throw. Caught out right by Renfro. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and the lead will hold at 13.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete here to commit. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He was waving as hard as wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, this is Harris. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Harris is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Suckup for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw is Dobbs. And the Lions Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Now Dobbs. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Robinson on a give right side. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down and 13.
Now Dobbs. Dancing to his left. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Now, rather than risk anything, Mayfield here, he's going to call a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Mayfield's throw taken in by Adams.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down.
Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Here's Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit.
Juwan Jennings
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Lions have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Dobbs' throw pulled in by Renfro.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Oh, what a move. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Back to throw, Dobbs.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Here's Dobbs to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Throwing here, Dobbs. That's complete, right around the 8.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jeff Swaim, his 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. 1st target, 1st catch, and a 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Mayfield now. And that's incomplete.
And when you put as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Vikings.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Taking a shot here for Marshall. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up with a late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 4.
Again, it's Robinson. Oh, shifts past him. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Flushed out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Slot man moves right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one seemed going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 10. A minute 47 on the clock. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it first and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Minnesota, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.